Alright, it is June 23rd, 2023, and it is Sonic the Hedgehog's 32nd birthday. And today we are going to be celebrating by playing Sonic Origins. The Plus expansion just got released today. I actually went out and picked up a physical copy of the game, so I rebought it, but it's worth it. I like having physical copies. I wish that they would just release the original edition on physical copy. But yeah, we're celebrating Sonic's birthday today by playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because one, it's my favorite Sonic game, and two, Amy is now a playable character, as well as she's playable in all four of these games now, and Knuckles is also now available to be played in Sonic CD, but I'm not doing that today. Maybe another time. Want to just go ahead and get into this? We'll start a new file. So yeah, I'm just gonna 100% Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Just checking my thing, making sure we're going. So let's hit the start button. One player. I'll have to start a new file. Wait. Oh, that's cool. They added her into the... Why is Tails the only one flashing? They added her into the completion logo. It's actually really neat. Oh, I guess it's because he shares a color palette with the Emerald. Okay. So, new. We can play as Amy with Tails. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do Amy by herself. It's actually really cool. I was really excited to find out that she's playable. Obviously, this is her first time being playable in any of these games. She wasn't playable until Sonic Drift on the Game Gear, and then after that, Sonic Adventure was her first playable game, like where she's not in a car, and that was 3D game, so she never really got a time to shine in these old games, so it's really cool to have her now. It'll take a minute to figure out what's new with her. She controls smooth just like the other characters. She's got her hammer. Oh, okay, so her drop dash, she actually runs on 2 feet. That's kind of neat. I'll just get going. We'll figure things out as we go. Now, I wonder if that hammer attack carries over to the other games, because this is the game that has the insta-shield, but her sprite work looks really good. It looks just like it should. We'll go over here and get the first Chaos Emerald. Initially, I thought about just being stupid and playing through classic mode with just Sonic, just as a joke, but I decided exactly what I said. That would be stupid. Might as well just go ahead and play it through as Amy. I forgot that Sonic's the only playable character in story mode before I started this recording, and restarted my story mode progress just to find out that she's not in story mode, so that kind of bites. I'll have to go through and replay all the games again, which is fine, but I did have a 100% progress on all the games, so. This is really neat, though. Got her cool pattern and everything right, which I would expect to. The guys behind these remasters really know what they're doing. I mean, I say remaster. It's not like a graphical rehaul or anything of the games. They're just in widescreen now, and they've got some added things like the drop dash. But with that, we have our first Chaos Emerald. The trailer that was released today looks like she has a super form, so I don't know if she's actually going to turn gold, or if she'll just flash, kind of like Tails does, and Knuckles, for that matter. Maybe they'll keep it true to where Sonic's the only one that has a true super form, but I do expect her to be able to transform. Said they showed it in the trailer, so we're still a ways from that, though. And I plan on doing this all in one sitting. If it doesn't happen, I will go ahead. I will complete the game for sure. The full Sonic 3 and Knuckles experience with Amy. I just hope I don't have to split it up into multiple parts. This is exciting, though. It's kind of neat that they have her playable with Tails as well, because Knuckles doesn't even get to do that, so... Actually, I don't think... Let me see. I don't think I've tried to do an actual spin dash yet. I've just done drop dashes. Okay, so she does have a regular charge-up spin dash. So her drop dash is completely different than her spin dash. It's her running with the hammer, which is honestly really cool. Get that. No, I'm not missing a special stage. I'm gonna try to get the special stages all first go. There's a couple in the next stage that I'm probably not gonna be able to get because I don't have tails to fly up to the ones I know about, but I will get all 4 here in Angel Island Zone. Come on. Really? What's going on? There we go. Usually it falls right into that ring. Can't tell you how many times I've played these special stages. I have beat Sonic 3 and Knuckles more than any other game I've ever played. It's hands down, in my opinion, it's the best Sonic game. At least for 2D. The 3D games are good. And I don't hate on them like everybody else does. I mean, they're not all good. Some of them are horrible. Secret Rings is not fun to play. But the classic games aren't perfect gems like everybody else makes them out to be. Well, I guess it's kind of a split opinion. People act like 1991 and on Sonic just died or something. It's not true. Sonic 3D Blast was abysmal. And Spinball is on the same level of a Dark Era game like Secret Rings or Black Knight. There's probably more good 3D games than there are 2D games, actually. Just depends on where you hold the Game Gear's game standards. I don't like them as much, but if you grew up on them playing Game Gear back in the 90s, I'm sure they hold a special spot. I was trying to play Tails Sky Patrol a while ago there, which is just released on this Plus collection, and it was horrible. I say that. I probably just need to learn how to play it, but... Where are these? Here we go. Man, I got lost there for a second. There we go. Oh, I'm not gonna get 100%. Oh well. I mean, I'm not gonna get perfect. I'm gonna still get the Chaos Emerald, but... I really like the inclusion of Amy's character in the old, like in this collection. Like, she's been really prominently featured since this game came out a year ago, the original release, without the Plus expansion. Even before they just recently made her playable, she was added into the animations and stuff. And I'm a really big fan of that. She has been around. It feels like she's only been relevant since Adventure, but she's been around since CD, and CD was 1993, technically the 3rd Sonic game that released for the major console. So it's great to have her. I'm also really excited. I mean, I don't like CD. Don't get me, like, of all of the classic Sonic games, that's one of my least favorite. I don't really understand why everybody loves that game so much. I think it's just because it was kind of hard to get to back in the day. If you didn't have a Sega CD, you were kind of screwed over. I wonder if her hammer can... No. You still have to be Knuckles to get through there. Actually, I want that fire shield. She can't use it properly. Okay. But... But yeah, I was talking about Sonic City. It's it's really revered as a treasure of the franchise, and I don't understand why. But with Tails being added into the mobile port, and then obviously into this version for the Plus, or the Origins release, it only made sense for Knuckles to be added, and I don't know why he wasn't in the first place. So I'm gonna check that out. I don't know if I'll record myself doing that, though. I really like these special stages more than any of the other... Well, I think Mania probably has the best special stages, but that game came out in 2017. It's not really a classic Sonic game as far as timeline goes for the franchise. But Sonic 1 special stages, honestly, are kind of lame, and Sonic 2 special stages are probably the most iconic, but they... I don't like the half-pipe. I've gotten better at it. I mean, obviously I've 100%ed every game at this point, but I still just kind of hate the half-pipe. Even getting good at them, I still don't like the half-pipe as much as I like this. They were really hard as a kid, though. I mean, both the half-pipe and this, but I always managed to at least get a couple Chaos Emeralds when I was younger, and I missed perfecting this again, but... I've always liked Blue Spear. I always thought it was slightly easier. And I guess that's why I like it more. I wish it would come back for the special stages instead of the half-pipe. Well, I guess it came through for the checkpoints in Mania. I'm excited. Sonic... what's it called? Sonic Superstars released... Or not released, but was announced. And that's going to be a 3D... Well, 2.5D classic Sonic adventure, and I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I'm interested to see what the special stages are, if they're even our special stages. Who knows what they're going to do with that. I don't know what crew's behind it either. I really haven't looked into it. I haven't been on the internet as much lately, so I'm kind of lost about what all is going on with Sonic right now. But I do know that it released, and I saw the trailer, or the trailer released. The game comes out later this year, I think. But I'm interested to see what special stage to go with, because they made their own for Sonic. I don't want to do this. They made their own new for Mania, and then used the Sonic 3 special stages for the checkpoints. I'm just kind of interested to see what happens now. And I think it would even be good. The last, and I would hope. Wow, I just wasted that. I would hope that Sega learned their lesson. That doesn't. I guess our hammer swing doesn't necessarily work like the Insta Shield. Either that, or I'm just screwing this up. Yeah, the last 2.5D classic Sonic quote-unquote adventure was Sonic 4 and Sonic 4 Episode 2, and those two titles were not very good. The second one got better, but they still just were a far cry from the original physics. The trailer actually totes that this new game, Superstars, is going to have the classic physics, or at least a replication of the classic physics. I don't know how well I trust that. Sega is good about getting people excited for something that ends up being trash. So I hope that the crew that worked on these remasters for the original games are the ones working on this new game. Because I actually am. I love the idea of going back to the classic style of 2D and having 3D beautiful, like, HD graphics. I don't want it to replace the 3D games. I love the 3D games, even though they are hit and miss. Sonic Frontiers I had a lot of fun with. I don't think it's the greatest thing to grace the series, but I do really like Sonic Frontiers, and I'm excited for the DLC that comes later this year. I figured that the second round, there's the 3 rounds of DLC, I figured the third round of DLC, or the second round of DLC would have dropped today for Sonic's birthday, but I've been checking up on the game's store, like the PlayStation Store for DLC, and nothing is dropped, not even a trailer for what comes next, so we'll see. I'm excited for that though, especially the third round. It's gonna have new playable characters. But as I was saying though, I'm really excited for the HD graphic 2D adventures with the classic Sonic animations. I think that's the right way to go. I'm tired of them putting classic Sonic, and Sonic did it first, but I feel like it's more prominent in the Spider-Man series. But I'll get Miles Morales and classic Sonic, I feel like kind of parallel each other right now. I know that sounds a little random, but just let me explain myself. Starting with Generations, and it was great in Generations, everybody loved it, but classic Sonic and modern Sonic were co-stars. They shared the screen together, they shared the levels together. But ever since then, they've been shoving classic Sonic where he doesn't belong. Like Forces, I don't really know if anything could have saved Forces, but classic Sonic not being a part of that game would have made the story at least better, as well as the gameplay, because he did not play like he did in Generations. It's not even that he was a faithful representation in Generations of what he could have been. It's just that it was still better than what we got in Forces. But he's just been forced into places he doesn't belong. Him and modern Sonic should be separate for a reason. And it reminds me of Spider-Man, because everything Spider-Man now has Peter sharing the spotlight with Miles Morales. And again, it devalues both characters instead of letting them shine on their own. Like the Spider-Man games, for example, the first game had Peter, Miles had his own game, but now they're shoving them together in a game, and I don't understand. Neither character can really benefit from that. I think that's where we start having issues with story development for characters. I feel like both characters are cheapened in that sense. And that's exactly what I feel like's happened with classic Sonic, the Sonic series. Oh, really? I should have saw that coming. But yeah, I don't know. Those are two of my favorite franchises, and I think that they've both came to the same stalemate in the past several years of just poor direction with the characters. But I'm glad to see that classic Sonic and modern Sonic are finally branching off into separate directions, with Sonic Frontiers becoming possibly a new style of gameplay for modern Sonic altogether, and classic Sonic getting his own HD 3D graphic games. I mean, they're 2D games, but they have the 3D graphics. So I'm excited about that. Sonic Superstars actually looks promising, with caution though, obviously. I don't trust the Sega really anymore. Hopefully the next couple years put Sonic in a better direction and in a better light with the mass majority of people. I only hope the same happens with Spider-Man, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Most Marvel properties, everybody's sharing the spotlight now, and it's really annoying, but it's whatever. This video's not about Spider-Man though. This video's about Sonic. So here we are. We made it to Hydrocity Zone. Not Hydrocity, Hydro City Zone. I had Hydrocity Zone on the mind because I want to be that guy. I've always called it Hydro City Zone. Everybody else calls it Hydrocity Zone. Not everybody else. It's a pretty even split, I feel like, between the fan base. But as a kid, I read it Hydro City, so that's what I've always called it. And I have a pretty decent argument with this, I think. How many Sonic levels do you know of that are just one word? I can't really think of any off the top of my head. I'm sure they exist, but you gotta think. Let's see. Labyrinth Zone is one of them, and it was a water stage. But you think most Sonic levels, Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Emerald Hill, Angel Island, Lava Reef, Mystic Ruins, not Mystic Ruins, Mystic Cave. Mystic Ruins is a area, never mind. But Hydro City just feels natural because most of the levels have 2 words in their name. Aside from Labyrinth, I really can't think of any other level that does have just the 1 word. So I call it Hydro City, but it's a debate that I don't think is ever going to end. And it's not like it's a hardcore, like, friendship ending debate. I mean, I know the Sonic fan base is weird. I'm sure there's people who have ended their friendships over that, but that's just where I stand on it. Team Hydro City, you know what I'm saying? And another one that I didn't get perfect. Oh well. I'm not really gonna need continues. This is anniversary mode anyway. They don't even have lives anymore. It's just the coins you get. I don't need any of those because I've already 100%ed Sonic Origins for the most part. Now they have the Plus expand. I never bought like the Premium Fun Pack and the Classic Music Pack. I thought that was a waste of money because I knew at some point something like this would come out. But I don't know why I went into this. I've already got everything I need. I've got a water bubble. That's why I came here to lose all my rings. That's great. Yeah, I never wasted the money on the expansion packs. If you did, great. I mean, I'm not blaming you. I thought about doing it, but I knew at some point we'd get something like this, and I'm glad I waited. Because now I have a physical copy of the game with all of the DLC added. Let's see. Okay, so I don't like her hammer swing as much as I like Sonic's Instant Shield. It works to break through the enemy's attack, but it's not as effective as the Instant Shield, I don't think. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be because she is a different character. I'm glad they differentiated her from the other characters. I'm curious to see how the story elements play out. I know that's a stupid question. Obviously, they'll just play out like they did in the Tails story and or Knuckles story. Well, Knuckles' stories in this game are actually completely different. Well, not obviously it's the same levels, but Knuckles has a different story. He's going after Robo Robotnik, or Egg Robo, which is just the Egg Robo that took over for Robotnik. Come on. But, I wonder how the final cutscene will play out with Knuckles. Well, not final cutscene, but, you know, the one where we're in... Why can't I think of the name of the zone? I can think of everything I want to say until it's time to say it. Where the Master Emerald's kept. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Why can't I think of the name of that place? Any other time, right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, there's a cutscene at the end of the game where you fight Knuckles and whatever it's called. I don't know why I can't think of it, but there's a little cutscene that plays where Knuckles realizes he's been tricked and he's got like stars floating over his head. He's all worn out because Eggman shocks the crap out of him. I wonder if that's going to be any different for Amy. I want to say Emerald Palace, but I don't think that's right. And it's not like it matters at this point. I'm just going to shut up about it, but I'm curious to see if any of the cutscenes are different at all. Oh, almost had it. Okay. Well, there's our next special stage, so. And the third emerald, I don't think I'm gonna get because it's up above our heads. And I usually use Tails and the D-pad trick. I'm not even gonna try to 100% this because I've failed every time. I'm just gonna go for the spheres. But I usually use Tails to get to the 3rd Chaos Emerald, so I'll probably just have to wait and get the, or the 7th, but I'll probably have to wait and just get it at, you know, Marble Garden Zone. Hidden Palace, is that the name of that zone? I know, it's out of nowhere. I think it's Hidden Palace Zone. Why I couldn't think of that earlier, I don't know. I kept wanting to say Emerald Palace. But that's still quite a hop, skip, and a jump away. We're only in the 2nd world of the game. I got on Minecraft last night, and I found they added a Sonic texture pack. So I bought that. It's pretty neat. All the villagers are like some random looking hedgehog dude. It's cool. I got really excited about the Sonic DLC that came out. So. When the texture pack came out just for regular Minecraft, oh, sweet. Always willing to blow my money on something Sonic. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna get that other Chaos Emerald. Yeah, man. Always sucking this playthrough. Maybe I always suck when I play though, and I just realize it when I'm on camera. Oh yeah, she's, I was talking about Sonic Superstars earlier, just for conversation's sake. Amy's playable in that too, so it looks like she's gonna be a full-on classic character from now on. And that's really cool. I hope they keep bringing them all back, like, I keep bringing Metal Sonic back as like a halfway villain, and it'd be neat. They're bringing Knack the Weasel, or, aka Fang the Sniper. He's also coming back in that Sonic Superstars game. He's gonna be helping Eggman, so it's pretty neat. I was hoping to go into a special stage that had bubble shields, but whatever. I'm interested to see, because Mania had the Hooligans, which was Bark, Bean. I think they're called the Hooligans. Bark, Bean, and oh, Knack, yeah. Bark, Bean, and Knack. As well as Mighty and Ray as playable characters. So, I'm interested to, one, see, I bet Superstars will have some sort of DLC where you can download Mighty and Ray. And will they bring back Bark and Bean as well? It's really cool seeing these old characters get a spotlight. No, this is the area. I thought it was where we were at earlier. This is the area where I usually get the other Chaos Emerald, but that's not gonna happen. I can't jump, her jump's not high enough. Oh, where's our boy? I wonder, like, it'd be really cool if eventually Knack would become playable. That would, I'd love for that too. I'm pretty sure, like, aside from Mania, and now this new game, I think the only other game that any of those characters were in, well, not Mighty and Ray, they were in the Japanese Sonic arcade game, but I think Sonic the Fighters was really the only appearance. So, it's neat because it opens up a lot of storytelling too, that's never been done with the classic style. Maybe we could get like a, I don't like Heroes, but maybe we could get like a classic style Heroes game with different teams you could play as. That would be kind of neat. Part of the reason I don't like Heroes isn't because necessarily the team system, it's because of how it's used, how it's designed. I don't like the way it plays. Forces as bad as it was. I enjoyed playing with the rookie character and Sonic together a lot more than I did playing as the Heroes United and Sonic Heroes. So there's so many options with them bringing back these old game characters. I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, it could go down the trash like a lot of Sonic projects do, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, we don't even really have to wait that long for this new game just to kind of see how the gameplay is, because it comes out later this year. I didn't know anything about it. There was rumors, like leaks, that there was going to be a 2D game coming out. But I think the rumors were saying that Dimps was the ones working on it, and if that's true, this game probably won't be great. But Dimps did give us the Rush games, so there is hope. There we go. Marble Garden Zone. Probably, I don't know, my least favorite level in the franchise. Not franchise, in this specific game, but it's not my favorite. It's kind of like Hilltop Zone for me. I always thought Hilltop Zone was a weird one in Sonic 2. That's kind of how I feel about this level in Sonic. I like this better than Hilltop Zone, but it's still just kind of like a different level. You know, it's the other green level. I think in Sonic 2 had two other green levels. One was Aquatic Ruin, but that one was a lot better than Hilltop, in my opinion. This one, and it's not really a bad level, I just think it's overshadowed by all the good levels in this game. You have Hydro City, you have Lava Reef, I really don't think Sky Sanctuary is all that great either. And that's the one that's replicated. Maybe it's just because of how saturated it is nowadays. But that's another one I'm not huge on. As long as I don't screw this up, we'll have our 7th Chaos Emerald. Which isn't saying much. I could easily screw this up. I was trying to play last night. I was just playing through Sonic last night, the original version of Origins, to get kind of back in the feel of playing these games. I knew I wanted to make a video, and I screwed up half of the freaking zones I went in. Just kept flubbing them. But I didn't flub this one. I didn't flub any of these. 7 stages, 7 emeralds. Let's go. Oh hey, and we also have 50 Chaos Emeralds. So, let's see. Alright, so Super Amy is in the game, but she is just flashing Amy. She does not change color. And I like that. You know, it's nice to have the invincibility because it's your reward for playing or for collecting the emeralds. I like Sonic being the only one with a super form, though. Or a true super form, anyway. I mean, you've got Super Knuckles, and you got Super Tails with the flickies flying around him after he gets the super emeralds, but Sonic's the only one that turns golden and flies, so that's really nice. It keeps him, you know, important. One thing I don't like about the classic games is just, and it's just because they're a product of the time, I guess, but Sonic is supposed to be the fast one, but the only character he's faster than is Knuckles. Everybody's fast, everybody can spin dash. And, ooh. Everyone can use the emeralds, but technically Sonic's the only one with a true super form, and at least that makes him special. Aside from being the main character. Okay. What are we doing here? Look at her go. The rest of this game should be a cakewalk since I've got the emeralds now. Well, I'll have to get them all back with the super emeralds, but... Oh, I haven't really been paying attention to the signs this entire time. There she is, Amy on the signpost. What a time to be alive. I assume, I haven't been paying attention to this either, but I assume when I use her drop dash, yeah, because it's a dash attack, okay. It takes out all the enemies in the way. Oop, got my shield. Thought I would have timed that out better, or at least got better placement. Oops, crap. Why am I having such a hard time getting on those little spinning tops? I guess I'm just not placing myself perfectly, but I thought they were usually a little more sensitive to that, and I just, wow. I ran right into that. I don't know what I was doing there, but... There we go. Back to Frontiers, just because I really can't think of too much to say about this other than, look, it's Amy in Sonic 3. This is also Sonic's birthday, so, we'll just talk about all things Sonic. I really like Frontiers gameplay. I wish it was a little more momentum-based like the adventure games. But now that I've seen that they can do this kind of open world style of gameplay, if they would tweak it, I bet they probably could do some form of Adventure 3. I've been, everybody wants Adventure 3, and I've been against it for the longest time, because I've thought, they can't do it. Like, they can barely replicate the classic 3D games. Well, they can now that they have Christian Whitehead and Taxman and Stealth. But before that, I mean, everything 2D sucked, so why would they be able to do 3D any better? Sonic Adventure 3 would just be a butchered mess. But if they took it in a slightly new direction, maybe it could work. I was listening to some of the tweet leaks, like leaked tweets or whatever from, the Sonic Show talks about them when the director of, I can't think of his name, but the director of Sonic Frontiers was on Twitter. And he mentioned how they even experimented using the spin dash again. And if they could get the spin dash physics down and you can keep the boost as the trigger button, but perfect the spin dash, drop dash in 3D. Even if it didn't feel like the original two adventure games, I feel like it could still be a decent game. That's why I'm really excited for this third wave of DLC. So we can see what the other characters are going to be. Okay, so yeah, if that would have been an insta-shield, I would have killed that guy, but anyway. Wow. Running into booby traps right and left. Really, the only way to beat old games is just spam invincibility frames anyway. Unless you no-life them, but... Which I used to do a lot as a kid. I can't tell you how many times I've beat this game. Yeah, I really, as much as I'm enjoying the 2D stuff, I want 3D Sonic to become huge. Just like how I kind of enjoy, I'm going to bring it up as a reference here, even though it's a Sonic video. As much as I enjoy Miles Morales, I look at modern Sonic and Spider-Man, like Peter Parker's Spider-Man, in the same, I really want them to shine, so I want to see modern Sonic shine again. And Frontiers is just giving me a bite of hope that I didn't want to have again after Forces, but it's there, so let's see where things go. If we had Sonic Adventure 3 with Forces style gameplay, perfected obviously, well not perfected, I don't think you can really perfect any gameplay style, but they really nailed Frontiers game style and brought us Sonic Adventure 3 with other playable characters. It could be a good game. I'm more for it now than I've ever been. Look at that. So I love how for this boss fight, Tails always just comes out of nowhere. Come on. But, you know, it's also... We haven't really properly played as some of these characters since Adventure. You can play as Shadow and Forces, but that was lame. And then aside from that, I'm trying to think, 06, you could play as multiple characters, but that was abysmal. Yeah, I just hope for the future, you know. I've got, I think it's starting to look kind of bright for the Hedgehog. Now, we're in Carnival Night Zone now, and this is the start of everybody's biggest controversy when this collection of games came out. The music change. Obviously, everybody knows at this point that the original Sonic 3 had Michael Jackson working on the soundtrack, and that's why Carnival Night, Ice Cap, and Launch Base all have different music now. And everybody's upset because they like the Michael Jackson tracks better. And while that's true for Ice Cap, I like this original... So the tracks they brought back are the original tracks before they brought Michael Jackson on in the first place. So these were originally going to be in the game anyway, these new tracks for the 3 stages I just mentioned. And I like the new track for Carnival Night better. You know, are there better versions of it? Probably. Jun Sonoa helped with the sound bites for this game. And I don't hate it, but a lot of fans complain about it because Sonic fans do nothing but whine like blubbering children about everything. Connor to some avail, but either way, the original Carnival Night I just thought was annoying. It's a horrible interpretation of the song that I just gave you, but I think Jam, which has similar sound by Michael Jackson. I don't think that's a bad song, but just, I never really cared for the Carnival Night song. I love the new one though. I don't want to say new because, like I said, it's the original that was never used because of the Michael Jackson tracks. But I just think it's a better sounding song for the tone of this game. Ice Cap, which we'll talk about next in the next level. Nothing will ever beat the original Ice Cap. I'm willing to admit that it was great, but this one is a welcome change in my opinion, and it's honestly part of the reason why I love Sonic Origins so much, is so I can play this level. Because I don't mod games a whole lot. I know people like mod games to no end on their PCs. I don't really do that very often. So the fact that I can have an official version of Sonic 3 with this music for Carnival Night, I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, good lord. Yeah, jump right into the spikes. Really showing my skills off in this playthrough. It's weird, you know, last night when I was playing with Sonic, I was doing great. Guess it's the old Let's Play curse kicking in. But I'd be better if I did Let's Plays more often. I've tried to do Let's Plays in the past, but I just don't ever stick with them. And I don't really do Let's Plays because I feel like other people have done them all better. Like, I can't do Sonic 3 and Knuckles as good as Cyber Show. Why would I even try? The only reason I'm doing this is just because Amy. I want to play through with Amy. Why did I do that? Okay. But you know, I didn't really care for this level as much with the old music, as I was saying earlier. But like, I felt the whole level almost has a different tone with the change, especially this second act. See how this starts, and then just sounds similar to that. But that beginning part, the bum 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 bum. It's nice. Actually, when it first came out, there was people making memes about it, about how it kind of has a feel of anxiety to it. And I think that's fitting, because if you're playing with Sonic, this is the level that introduces water with Carnival Night. Obviously, we already had Hydro Cities on, I know that. But there was no water in Act 1. Now we have water, and I think that kind of anxiety-inducing tone fits, because Sonic can't swim. And then going super would be nice if I could just help one of my freaking rings. Oh, look at that. I'm not gonna go just yet, because I usually get lost on the stage and end up losing my rings to hyper and going, or super. I just say hyper because after you get the super emeralds, you don't really get to play as Super Sonic anymore. And then I did that. Wow. After... Use me as an example of what not to do in life. That's what I'm gonna tell my kids if I ever have any. Like, you'll do fine. Just do exactly what I don't do. Do the exact opposite of what I do, and you'll do great in life. I have found more big rings in this playthrough on camera than I've ever been able to find playing on my own in the 23 years I've been alive. Oh, here it is. I don't think this is the one, but The old Barrel of Doom rears its ugly head. Just a short diversion. Yeah, I was the kid that couldn't get past the Barrel of Doom. Well, I guess everybody can't get past the Barrel of Doom. That's why it's called the Barrel of Doom. Thankfully, the internet exists. Oh, and now the lights are out. Knuckles. You know, of all the things he does, turning the lights out, I still don't understand how that's a bad thing. It's just because it's dark, but I've always liked the color palette switch with the lights out. And we got water. Also, now we're not having to do it because we've got super. Well, actually, I think super you do still need air. Hyper you don't. But, I always loved how the balloons were your way of getting air in this level. Just a nice little switch up from the air bubbles coming up from the ground in every other Sonic level. I really did think of everything for this game. 20 some odd. Almost 30 years ago, I guess. 28 years, is that right? 28? Quick math in my head, could be wrong, but crazy how old this game is. Still getting updates. And the lights are back on. Sorry for all the emos that like the more muted color palette. I'm not an emo, but I do agree with you. The dark color palette for this stage is nice. Oh, why did I thought, oh, I'm gonna die, and then it happened. I could have avoided that so easily. Alright, here we go. Here's the original Barrel of Doom. And that's all I'm going to say about it. There's been enough said about this thing as the years have gone on. It's like movie Sonic version 1. Everybody's tired of hearing about that at this point, I think. Although Chippendale Rescue Rangers... okay, that's... I want to cut myself a break for that one. Oh, I'm also curious. I wonder if some of the glitches... So, even Stealth... I think it was Stealth that did the Sonic 3 remaster for this collection. He was talking about how unhappy he was with it, because Sega, as they do with everything Sonic at least, they rushed the first release of Origins out. And Sonic 3 was kind of buggy. It's buggier than it's ever been. It's nice having it widescreen, but that was a price to pay for, I guess, proper gameplay. I haven't really been going into any bugs yet playing as Amy, but I wonder if there are patch notes where they actually went back and properly restored Sonic 3 and took the bugs out that they were dealing with. Because I remember coming into several in my initial playthroughs of Sonic 3 on this collection, anyway. I just don't understand 30-year-old games, and Sega has to rush out a re-release of them. I used to put all the blame on Sonic Team, but I really think I don't think it is Sonic Team's fault. I think it's all Sega pushing Sonic Team to push the release dates. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know game politics. I just know I wish Sega would take their time with releasing Sonic games so we could quit getting crap. Like, I have a feeling the reason Frontiers is getting all this free DLC is because it's all content that probably was originally intended to be put in the game that was cut to meet a release date. I mean, I don't have anything to back that up, but tell me I'm wrong for thinking it. This is Sega's track history. So coming up on 55 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off here at the end of Carnival Night. I'm getting the note that my 60 minutes is up for my first video. Come back for part 2. We'll go through Ice Cap, Launch Base, and we'll finish up the Sonic 3 portion of the game. So if you enjoyed, stay tuned, and I'll upload another video soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.